Hi everybody, we are here.
We are live.
Okay, we're live, you guys, so be quiet. Gotta tell them that because if you don't, it's gonna get loud. It's gonna be loud anyway.
Yeah, it's gonna be loud, y'all. It's holiday time, y'all know that, and you know the kids ain't in school, so that's just what we dealing with. But we still coming at y'all. We still here. We're coming at you. The show must go on. No matter what the situation. No matter what the situation. So, hope you guys are doing good. I know everybody probably at home getting ready for they cooking and doing all that stuff. This is the day that everyone does cooks, like cook all day for tomorrow.
I started yesterday.
I don't do any of that stuff. And I don't know what drugs my son is smoking because he's over here and I think he thinks he's gonna be in two places at the same time without happening. He was
He said he'd be over 3 or 4 places.
Mm-hmm.
He said he was going over 3 or 4 people's houses.
No, no, I'm talking about the sense of like he's here, physically here. He thinks he's determined that he gonna be the one to do the turkey. He can't do the turkey if he's not there.
And
It's not physically
which
there.
doesn't make sense because I said the same thing, and I was like, so why don't you do a Tuesday?
Mm-hmm.
Like season it and everything.
And when he said that, and he brought it in and was like, "Oh, and just put it in a bowl, and then that's it." He just set the turkey, just in the package in the bowl, boom, like that, and it's just sitting there. So I don't know. I knew he wasn't gonna do nothing anyway. So I like talking.
And we came up with so many different ideas. And he was
like, I'm doing that, and so he didn't even bring in the other stuff he didn't bring the box in because he was so determined to bring the turkey in. So the box with the big old cabbage, so that's still in there, and he didn't bring. And so he was like, yeah, 'cause I'm doing a turkey, and just sat there and sitting in the bowl right now, just sitting there. 'Cause I'll be doing it. I knew I was going to be doing it because I know him. And I was like, you're over here, so how are you even going to do anything? And I was like, how are you even getting home? And I was like, it's a holiday. I said, this is not the normal week, so are we still keeping the same schedule as the regular weeks? Well, it's not like I can't take the Max home. Okay. It's your sister's birthday and Thanksgiving on the same day, and you are not home. And it's like, I take Max, da da da. Okay. Alrighty, which I'm pretty sure I'll be picking him up because my friends and already called me, told me they got my sweet potato pie. I'm like, that sweet potato pie never lasts in my house. I forgot about her and her sweet potato pies, and she just texted me. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna be picking that up for real.
There you go. Like I said,
So I'll be out here to pick him up and to pick. Because the thing is it's really strange this year. We're not doing anything the same. So I'm just gonna pick up my daughter's gifts from whoever and yeah.
Because he had a backwards night. All I know, he said he was gonna be here in the morning, go to his grandparents' house, and then go home and make a turkey. And I said, do you know people wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning to make a turkey? Like, that's what everybody does usually. They're gonna make it that day. They wake up at 5 o'clock.
No, he's only going over there. Oh, maybe he going over there because they said that they didn't have that. They instead of this year trying a Popeyes turkey, this year they decided.
Well, not trying because that's a normal thing.
Yeah, but they're trying KFC this year because KFC got on the bandwagon and.
Yeah, and they get it fried.
Doing that.
KFC fries it.
So
that's what I heard.
Yeah.
To him. I said,
yeah.
That's exciting.
That's what he said.
There's Popeyes on Friday for you.
No, you gotta do what you gotta do yourself. It's just seasoning. Cause they gave me one last year or whatever. I think it was last year. Yeah, they gave me one. And it was really good. But you cooking it yourself and all that stuff. But hey, if it's already ready. So I don't know what he doing. He'd just be all over the board these days with me. So I don't know. I'm just doing what I'm doing. So that's it. I made sure that they got their sister something though for her birthday. So because both the older kids, you know, they got money this year, so there's, yeah. My other child, she's just not with me, but she makes a lot of money helping me with my business and stuff like that, so she could have actually afforded to buy her something as well, but she's just not. They're not with me, and if I can get rid of children, I will.
We're ready to start.
All right. Welcome to the Talk It Out Show. I'm your host, Joanne. We would like to let you know this show is for entertainment purposes only. If you want to look us up on Facebook and Twitter, go ahead and look us up at Talk It Out Show. If you need to email us at talkitoutshow@gmail.com. Now, if you need to physically send anything to us, go ahead and send it to our P.O. Box at P.O. Box 901043, Portland, Oregon 97290. All right, as you know, it is the Joanne and Lydia Show.
Hello.
Yes. Happy Wednesday.
Yes, indeed.
Happy Wednesday. It's a hump day, y'all. Middle of the week.
Happy
Day before
Thanksgiving.
I know y'all.
Happy Thanksgiving.
I just want to drive through the town and go to everybody's house and just snatch food or because I know y'all cooking. You can just imagine, that's a trying to get
I'm
mine.
just tell you right now, I don't go to everybody's house for cooking, so y'all do not have to worry about me going to everybody's house for the cooking. Thank you. So I just tell you that. In love and honesty, I am not a supporter of going to everybody's house to eat at all.
There was this lady, and I know everybody probably watch her on YouTube, but it was going viral with her because she was talking about how there was like, don't be offended if we don't ask you to bring nothing to the meal because if the people who be having pets and stuff. She was like, we don't want your dog hair and cat hair and stuff. I was dying. Oh, it was so funny. And she was like, don't, if you get offended and you don't want to come, that's okay. You don't gotta come. Because we don't want your food and that's fine. But I was just cracking up because I was like, I never thought about that, the people who be having animals and this food be, she was like, you got stuff all on you, the hair, the dog hair is all on you and everything. And I was just like, oh my goodness. I never thought about that. I'm always laughing at people about people don't be eating people's macaroni and cheeses and people don't eat nobody's potato salad and all that type of stuff. But I never thought about uninviting somebody who has animals.
I have animals and I guarantee you ain't gonna see them fight better. I ain't blaming the animals either. They sit on the ground like that.
But haven't you seen the videos where people be having their cats be hopping up on the that just be grossing me out.
Yeah, I'm not doing all that.
Oh, that gross.
Like I said, we're very clean. Like even with last night, teaching kids to cook, the main thing for me is make sure they know to wash their hands. So anytime they touch something, I make them wash their hands. So pretty soon they're gonna not touch anything. They won't touch your clothes, but they're gonna. I just wash my hand. Yeah, but you touched your shirt. I just wash my hand, but you touched your face. I just wash my hand, but you touched your chair. I just wash my hand, but you touched. So it took a long time to make tortillas last night.
Oh, because that was you was trying to teach them how to do tortillas?
They did it. And I didn't touch anything. I
really nice. So you
but they was washing their hands.
Yeah, washing their hands.
And they kept touching that. By the end, they knew. They really did.
Yeah.
They felt like they was in surgery. Okay, it's my turn to press.
Yeah. That's awesome. Oh, did you have the tortilla maker?
Well, we made the dough, and so they need. I said we gonna make some homemade bread because they was needing the heck out of that dough.
Oh really?
And so I was like, that's cool.
Yeah.
And they were needing, and we let the rest, and then that was resting. I had them pick the greens, and then we cleaned the greens and started that, and then we got the tortilla press.
Yeah.
And so they was pressing, and they made like street size tacos.
No, street tacos.
Tortillas, and so they did it. And so, they're making it. So when it was done, I was like, you guys want to taste it? I gave them pieces. It tastes like a tortilla.
Yeah.
I know.
That's what it's
The
about.
people sometimes don't realize how easy it is to make something.
Yeah. Homemade,
From
especially from scratch.
Because you think it's so much. You think it's a lot because you're at the store buying it. So you want waffles, you go to the store to buy waffles.
Yeah.
You want pancakes, you go to the store to buy pancakes. You want French fries, you go and get the frozen French fries. You want tortillas, you go to the store and get the tortillas. And you can make the stuff at home.
Yeah, that's true.
You can make it at home and have you some nice food. And it doesn't have the chemicals. Because you got to understand, all this stuff, maybe not the frozen food, but all the other stuff got chemicals in it to keep
it on the shelf.
On the shelf. Think about it. Tortillas can stay on the shelf for a long time.
They do.
So you know it's not just flour and water, salt and butter, or oil with shortening.
Yeah.
It's a whole bunch of stuff. You can make it naturally. And you can make a big old vat of it. And I had a friend when I was at, when I worked at a bank. She was from Fiji, and she would come in all the time with her tortillas. And so she taught me how to make tortillas. And I remember because I was on the God Fast, the original God Fast.
Yeah, the original one.
And so she had made tortillas with wheat, but I couldn't really tell the difference. And she was all, her secret, because hers tastes really good. Like, I just want to eat hers like that, but her secret was extra butter.
Oh, okay.
She put a lot of butter in hers, and I was like, oh, it's good. So then I started making it then. And then I would make fajitas when I made homemade tortillas. I wouldn't make burritos, but I would make fajitas with homemade tortillas. And that is the, went over the show. I should make some tortillas.
Yeah.
Fajitas, I didn't make fajitas on
Yeah.
See, when you talk about food,
see what happens?
See what happens?
Ideas happen.
It does.
And you get ideas, cause you guys need to keep it interesting.
I do, but I stopped. Like
exciting.
I was doing meat pies and then I stopped. It'll come back, but I stopped because I was doing too many of them. I was making frozen cookie dough. I stopped, and that don't take a long time. I mean, the meat pies do because you got to press them together, but making the filling and making the crust is easy.
Are you pressing them together like with a fork?
Yeah, I have a pie one, but
yeah.
I keep putting too much meat in it.
Oh, in the meat pie.
So it doesn't work.
So
I rather spread mine out and do it
just do it yourself.
Yeah. So yeah, things you learn about yourself. I learned that I do not follow directions well. When I cook, and I knew it, but I didn't know how bad it was until I was on God Fast. This one, because I do not follow directions well. Like, even when
you make things your own, usually. That's probably why.
Yeah.
It still tastes good.
Because even like the brioche bread, I don't watch so many recipes on brioche bread that I had created a whole new one in my head.
Oh, there you go. It doesn't make the recipe that makes sense?
No, if I ain't never made the first recipe, how am I creating something and I ain't made the first? Because my thing is, like, usually you make the recipe and say, oh, I can tweak this, I can tweak that. After you made the first one.
Yeah.
I ain't never made brioche and I had tweaked it so many different ways. Oh, well.
So probably, I know it's going to be good when you make it.
No, probably not. I've had some failed experience doing stuff like that.
Oh.
Like when I did the salted caramel, all the kids, the salted brownie, the kids will tell you. It's the only thing I've ever seen that shit messed up. No.
I just
throw it away before y'all get to try it. But yeah, I do that a lot. So I gotta work on that, not to do that.
But if you feel like you have a good recipe already in your mind for the brioche, might as well. It's because of the fact that you've watched so many and you kind of probably took from all the different ones you saw and got good ideas or figured out how yours could probably taste better or be better. Because I know it's going to be. I know it is. I just know.
I didn't take from the different ideas.
Then
I just was like, okay,
your own.
In my head, I said I'm gonna make regular bread dough, and I'm gonna add butter.
Yeah. That would be a buttery bread.
That's what brioche is.
Okay then. All right. Okay.
I told you, it don't make sense when you say it out loud. It's like, follow the dang directions. No, not I. And they have different ways to make it. And some of them, do you know that it sits in the refrigerator overnight and then you take it out and bake it? I didn't know that. I ain't doing that. Because see, my thing is I want the bread right when I want the bread.
Oh, you be hungry.
Yeah. Well, make the bread. I ain't gonna wait 2 days to eat no bread.
A lot of stuff is that way.
That's why.
The same way, even with like the meats and stuff that like I be tripping because, you will see those restaurants that serve the fine meats or whatever, well then sat there on the such and such rack for how many days and just sat there and did all this curing and da 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 da. And the longer it's been in there, then it's supposed to be the better and it's the most expensive. And that's a waiting game. To
just buy it at the restaurant. Because, Brian, we don't have a facility to let our meat hang and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to go to Sailors down the street, I heard you can go to Sailors down the street and buy the meat.
Mm-hmm.
So I want the one that's been the longest cured, thank you, and take it home and cook it. But I'm not doing all that. And because I remember when I first learned how to make Italian cream cake. You do it by scratch. You do this and you do it, and it's this layer and this layer and this layer. You know I don't do it by scratch no more.
What do you do?
I get that white cake mix, and I make me a cake.
Okay.
And then I do the top. Then I put everything that's supposed to be in there, and then I do my layers and my top because I got the pecans.
Yeah.
And then you got the rum in it, and then I do the cream cheese frosting. I do the homemade cream cheese frosting because that takes about 10 minutes. Takes you just as long because you know when you get frosting out of a can, you're not supposed to take it out of the can and frost your cake. You're supposed to take it out and whip it. You're not supposed to go and frost the cake. You're supposed to take it all out, get the hand mixer, whip it, so it'll bulk up in the sides and do it.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Things you learn.
I never knew that.
Yeah. And it takes some of that stuff.
Does it even say it on the thing?
I don't know if it says it. Just like those Chinese restaurants, the container is a plate.
I know, isn't that crazy?
Yeah, they don't tell you that.
They don't tell you that, man.
But I think they don't tell you is because you spend more money buying frosting. Because really, one can frost a whole cake and have some left over.
Yes, yeah.
But you just whip it for about 2-3 minutes, doubles in size, and then frost it, and it has a better flavor after you do it.
Oh, wow.
It's not as sweet and everything.
Oh, wow.
I know.
No.
And then some people add a little whipping cream to it, or they add whatever they're gonna add to it. And you're not supposed to take it out of the thing because you're gonna get that sorbet.
If I want, I used to get a chocolate, and if I wanted it a little lighter, I would put the vanilla in with the chocolate and mix that and be like a lighter color. Brown would be good. It would be really, really good. But oh my gosh, I feel like I've wasted so much money.
And you have.
I really feel it. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Because I was really, really wanting to make a cake recently. So, and I was like, oh my God, I didn't realize I was had so much, I had already used so much. The only cake mix we had really a lot of was the strawberry cake mix. And I'm like, I'm not going to strawberry cake right now. So, I was like, well, let me go this cake. So every time I go to the store and look at a cake, I get frosting. And I'm like, and I literally because I said, oh, I got a chocolate cake. I got just chocolate. And I like yellow cake with chocolate frosting. That's my favorite. So I was like, let me go. So then I went to the store and thankfully the cake mix was on sale. Because the way inflation has been, which we're going to talk about that. The way inflation has been, I couldn't even believe I found them for 98 cents.
Oh, yeah.
The brownies and the cake mix was 98 cents. And I couldn't believe it because lately it's just been really crazy.
And I know when I went to the store, I was like, I wanted to, but the only reason I was able to buy 2 cake mixes. And the only reason I did that is because I know, right now we're lightly on the God fast. So if you want something that day, you can have it. We're not stringent on it right now. So I only bought 2 cake mix, but normally I would have bought all the brownies, all the cake mix. It's 98 cents.
But you would need something for the thing.
Scratch, huh?
But you would need something for what we're doing.
I already have my business cake mix. I'm talking about just
for here,
home cake mix to eat. Brownies, because I love brownies.
So,
So I'm gonna master that next.
yeah, brownies just, that better
January,
be,
and I'm gonna master because that is my favorite.
yes, please master that, because I love me some brownies, you know.
And then
Brownies and ice
fast.
cream, oh my God.
And you know you gotta have a God fast.
Man.
So your
But
blood
that'll be
sugar
good,
don't
though.
go up.
That'll be good.
Yeah.
That'll be
You
good.
don't want your blood sugar going up.
No, not at all.
So
Especially me.
I gotta learn. And everybody I turn around is having diabetes. I'm like, ooh, you gotta start doing mass productions on your stuff.
Yeah, we need it for when we have our sweet tooth. But anyway, speaking of inflation, let's talk about it, because I just saw something so funny. My daughter was like, what? Okay, so we all know that the Dollar Tree is the Dollar Tree. And everything is $1, other than if something's a little bit more for get a soda, you get to pay the deposit. Dollar Tree is getting ready to go to $1.25. So, just like the other stores, like Dollar General, Family Dollar, the stuff really ain't $1.
But that's what made Dollar Tree stand out above all the rest. Because we used to have the 99-cent store, and they just had 99 cents on the end of something. Just thinking you didn't pay 99 cents. But to go to $1.25, you're no longer the Dollar Tree.
Right.
So you need to change your sign.
Yeah.
Because Dollar General just means you're gonna spend some dollars.
And Family Dollar, but see,
Family Dollar,
they're tied to each other. I didn't realize that, and so the person who did have the Dollar Tree, that's what their thing was like, what was it? I was like tripping, because I think they said since 1993, and I was like, that's when I graduated high school. Hello. So the Dollar Tree was always just $1, and you just gonna be at the dollar. So now they're gonna be $1.25, and then they're gonna have items that are $3 and $5, because what happened is because inflation happened and they kept things as $1, they had to take certain things away that were no longer being able to be sold at $1. So you just could only have the things that were able to be sold for $1. So now they're able to bring those other things back that they had before, and then also sell them more, the $3 and the $5 items. So, because the thing about it is inflation is crazy right now, and everything has totally went up. So, but then that sucks to me, because, you know, that, like you said, that was the only thing that really truly was $1. It was really the Dollar Tree. It was $1. And everything else was not. Because I ain't shopped at any other ones because I knew they were $1.
So when does this go up?
At the beginning of the year. So
if you want to go shopping, you want to go get your Dollar Tree stuff now. Is you like me? There's no reason for me to go to Dollar Tree if I'm not gonna pay. I'll go if I'm gonna have a cheat day and get some grape soda, but I'm not gonna go for all this, because if that's the case, I could go somewhere else. Like literally, you could go somewhere else. The whole reason I went to the Dollar Tree is because I knew I'm paying $1. Or 79 cents or 89 cents or like she said $1.10.
Yeah.
But so since it's going up, because you know, like I said, I like Family Dollar. Dollar General is alright, but I like Family Dollar because they be having cool stuff and they be having black toys. Like I wanted a black. They had this one black cheerleading doll that did the cheerleading. You know, I wanted that doll.
Do we have a Family Dollar here?
Nope.
Yeah, I figured it was somewhere else.
It's almost everywhere but here.
What about Dollar General? We do, there's a Dollar General though, right? But it's far away.
I don't know.
I think the one, remember I think if we were going to Dollar General, it was like, I think they were trying to go on their way to the coast or something like that, just to go to the beach real quick. And she saw, and she was like, ain't nothing here, dog. And she was all mad, yelling.
But that's why it's Dollar General.
General.
And you gotta understand, when it says Dollar General or Family Dollar, that just means it's cheaper than somebody else. But in reality, it's not, because Walmart.
Yeah. And like Target has a little area when you first walk in.
Yeah, but even if you go to the regular area, you want toothpaste, you can find toothpaste for $1 at those stores. You can find toothbrushes, you know, for $1 at those stores. So my thing is, you know, the difference is I would go to Dollar Tree to get 5 toothbrushes for $1.
Right.
Or
exactly. Yeah, me. That's why I like to get the packing now.
I bet you that's gonna be like $3 or $4. Because even the stuff that they still have at the dollar, I guarantee you they're gonna move that up.
Yeah.
So, I guess December 31st is my last time at Dollar Tree.
Yeah,
Because Dollar Tree stuff is cheap. I don't care what nobody says. You buy it for convenience when you don't have any money and you're on your last day of struggle.
Right.
That's when I go there. I don't go there if I need something that's going to be having to last. I don't. Like, if I need good quality, I'm not going to Dollar Tree. So I'm not going to go to you guys now and pay what I used to pay $1 to it. And I understand inflation. And I'm not mad that you guys are moving your stuff up, but I was slowly going anyway. I wasn't going as much as I used to because it didn't make sense to me anymore to go. You know, unless I wanted junk food, and that really didn't make sense either because you can go to any store to get little packs of 5 for $1. I mean, the only time I would go, like if I want a Hershey Kiss, because you get those little, it'd be $1.69 or $1.39 at regular stores, but there was $1 for the little, like 6 Hershey Kisses in a bag. But if you go buy it from bulk again, it leaves you to think. But everything's inflation. But you know what? I tell people right now, y'all wanted this, so you got what you wanted.
Yeah, when they
because I always say every time you raise the minimum wage, everything else goes up. You get more money, everything goes up every time. So y'all is happy. Like I said, when our minimum wage was $4.25, you got stuff cheap. Like so, places that minimum wage is low still at like Louisiana.
Rent still be low.
Louisiana and them that don't have minimum wages and all that, y'all stuff be low. So what we going through, it's hard, but y'all stuff be like y'all milk be like, you know, probably $1. Ours be like $3, $4, $5, and we happy when we find it for $2.45, $2.49, and complaining about the $2.49 for some milk. You know, eggs, we be happy finding eggs for $3 for 5 dozen. You know, and she gets excited when you say $1 for a dozen. So you know. It is, but every time. And it's not just groceries that go up. Your utility bills go up. Your rent goes up. Everything, your interest rate on your mortgage goes up. All that, your car notes and all that goes up. So you guys shouldn't really be fighting for more money because in reality,
you're just going to pay more money.
It's what we paid when minimum wage is $4.25 is the same exact thing we're paying now. The minimum wage is $13.7. If you look at it. If you look at the percentage, it's the same. It's just that now that you make more money, the rent's higher. So look at it as, okay, I made $1 and my rent was 50 cents. So I was struggling. And I'm just talking about poor people. I can go up or whatever. But now I make $2 and now my rent is $1. I make $3 and my rent is now $1.50.
Yeah, what's going on?
I make $4 and now my rent is $2. Just think about it.
It goes up with you.
It goes up with you.
And sometimes it don't even fit what you. So you gonna be paying
like
more
$5 and now your rent is $3.
Yeah.
That's how it says. It ain't $2.50, it's $3.25. Because you now making more money. So think about it and understand. And I'm gonna talk. That was just in you not even owning your business. Think about a person that's owning their business. So I need an employee to run my business. I'm paying my employee the $5. In actuality, I'm paying the employee $10 to $12.
Yeah.
And y'all got the nerve to have an attitude when we tell you to work. Put that math together.
Yeah, well, if you don't know, you don't know. And that's the thing. A lot of times we don't know when you're not a business owner, and you're just an employee. It's just like when we had ours, and remember how we would like look at it from a consumer. We kept saying you're looking at it from a consumer. You're not looking at it from like an owner, a business owner. You're not looking. It opens your eyes. It makes you look.
You got to, because if you don't, you're gonna be broke.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And that's why Dollar Tree is doing what they're doing. They can't keep stuff as $1 and still employ their employees, pay their employees, and they get benefits. So when I was saying it, that wasn't including benefits. So you include benefits, you paying $10 to $12, you're now paying $10 to $20
Mhm.
if you're giving your employees benefits.
Yeah.
So think about those things.
Mhm.
And employees got to learn to have an attitude. And I understand if you don't know, you can't react to it. But you kind of should have some common sense is how you get paid.
Mhm. Yeah,
You
but
know
some
what I
people
mean?
don't. They just be on.
But I'm just saying, you treat your customers bad, but I don't care what customer comes in. That's paying you. If they
Yeah.
walk out
Mhm.
and don't give money, you
Yeah.
gonna be mad at your boss if he can't pay you.
Right.
But you ain't giving the best customer service.
Right.
Give the best customer service because every employee, every customer that comes to you is money in your pocket.
Mhm.
Everybody. You never, it can take one person to crumble the business.
Mhm.
So think about that too. Since we on inflations,
Yeah.
y'all personalities and y'all work habits needs to
Mhm.
go up with the inflations too. That means you need to work your butt off.
Yeah.
You should be a commodity in that company. You should be somebody that's great in that company, not giving the person a headache and saying, okay, if I fire them,
Mhm.
how much? Oh God!
Right.
And then I gotta go for somebody else.
Mhm.
And the only reason you barely on is because they know how much it is once you gone, and then now they gotta pay double because we gotta finish
Gotta find
off
somebody.
paying the taxes and
Yeah.
everything off of your behind, and then you gotta go ahead and start on somebody else's behind
Mhm.
because you lazy and don't want to work.
Mhm.
Oh Lord, I ain't got time.
And she got stressed out thinking about it.
I do because you don't understand.
Mhm.
And like I said, it's like, well, that's why there's a lot of family home businesses. They just employ family.
Yeah.
And then you got to deal with family not wanting to do something,
Mhm.
not acting right,
Mhm.
getting an attitude,
Yeah.
feeling, left out. Oh, well, so get to do this and I don't, or they don't feel appreciated at work and they this and that. Family get on your nerves too, so then why do you need them either?
Mhm.
So it's just like, oh my God, I need to learn how to run a business by myself
Mhm.
because it's hard.
That's why a lot of people are so tired though, because of the fact that they are trying to do everything themselves, and it's hard.
Because they don't have no help.
Yeah.
Family ain't no good.
Mhm.
Family, why you give Joe more to do than me? Why Joe get to do the such and such, and I don't get to do the such and such? See, Joe was mean to me yesterday, and I don't know why he get to be the boss and I don't get to be the boss. That stuff
Mhm.
is tiring. And then you got employees doing stuff, and then family, they eating, well, it's here.
Mhm.
We pay for it. Y'all don't even know, so why y'all be complaining? Don't come to Lydia, because Lydia tell you. I'm going to tell you for both them, I understand what you saying, but that's your boss.
Yeah.
And if your boss need to be happy to give you want a raise, you better be doing the best you can.
Yeah, that's true.
And if you ain't going to do the best you can, don't ask for a raise.
Well, it's just that everybody's work ethic is so different now, and these younger generations are just so lazy. They don't, and to me it's weird because if anything's physical, it's like, oh my God, you ask them to take on the world. It's like, no, and because a lot of them feel like they're so into computers and they're so into this, they feel like, oh, I'm going to be a good, at a business here, do this. It's nothing wrong with doing physical labor. And that's the problem is this generation got soft. And we was working our
The
butts
reason
off.
they got soft is, I'm going to tell you right now, it's the parents.
Yeah.
And no, I'm going to tell you right now, it's DHS.
Yeah.
DHS, because parents are
They're
so
not
scared.
allowing you to
No,
raise-
parents are so scared to lose their kids.
Mhm.
I'm going to tell you right now,
Mhm.
first of all, if you don't want to lose your kids, get custody of your kids. Oh my God. I thought I had custody when I gave birth to my child. And my name is on the birth certificate. No, get custody of your child. Then go get that $25 a month lawyer fee.
Mm.
And have that person on standby. So when DHS look like they coming your way, you get your lawyers.
Mm.
We need to investigate. You need to talk to my lawyer. Here's my lawyer's number. Stop letting people fear you into how you raise your kid. It ain't against the law to whoop your kids. It ain't against the law to discipline your kids. It ain't against the law to do anything, but you won't know anything if you don't do the research. So anybody can tell you anything, and then you're going to be scared because you let somebody tell you something.
That's true.
So stop letting somebody tell you something.
Mm-hmm.
And if you feel somebody is that big and bad to take your kid, then lock your household down.
Mm.
Lock your household down.
Mm.
Because, I mean, I don't like DHS, but DHS was meant for good. Now they doing it for evil now, but it's meant for good. Because there are people that are really abusing their kids. And there are people that really are doing that. But you know what I realized? DHS ain't messing with those.
No, they don't.
They ain't messing with those parents. Those parents can get their kids back over and over. I know a person right now, drinking, mistreating their kids, letting the boyfriend molest their kids and everything. She still got her kids to this day. Now somebody like us, we yelled at our kids and told them, you grounded. And DHS got to come check because that's not right.
Well, what you probably should do, Lydia, is because it's interesting to me, and I'm interested in knowing is to the whole is kind of go in or even pick up another time to go more in depth to because that always had surprised me too, especially me having so many dang kids about the having custody of your kids, you know, because you do your mindset, especially when you have your kids and you're in the hospital and you're filling all that paperwork out and you're doing all this stuff and Social Security stuff and everything else, you're gonna assume that these are my kids.
Because they really are your
They're
kids.
my kids.
But because you don't have full custody of them, period.
And that's a United States type of thing, right?
I don't know. I can only talk about Oregon. And that's where I learned about it was here. I can't really say, but I say do it everywhere. I think it's everywhere, only because it's DHS everywhere. But have you ever wondered why it's so easy for your kids to get out of your care without you going to court? Like they could come and take your kids without you going to court. We gotta go to court for everything.
Yeah.
And you get notices even on your bills, your credit card bills and all the, when they're gonna put you in judgment and all that. You gotta go to court. Now you don't go to court, that's up to you. But this is the only one you don't have to go to court to?
Just for them to take
your kid.
Yeah, that's weird.
They can go and rightfully take your kid. So
and
think
I think
about
that's
it.
everywhere because I've been seeing more people in videos and things, and I think it's the United States.
Yeah,
and what
and that's what I'm saying.
The United States owns, and they own us.
And it's funny.
They own us too.
Because
so,
they can't do it to the Indians.
Of course.
They have to go talk to them. I'm just saying, they have to go talk to them, and then the Indians have to agree to it, or the Indians will come and take the kids. And that should be everywhere. But my thing is, that's something you should think about. How are you taking my kids and I never even went to court? And you going off of he say, she say. You know what I mean? And they're always taking kids from the ones that are not doing bad. They're not taking kids from the ones that are on drug use, and boyfriend, girlfriend, dog, cat is abusing them. They threaten you if your house is dirty. Why? Your house can be dirty. What it cannot be is feces all over the place because that's unsafe and unsanitary. It cannot be food molded. It cannot have lead paint. It cannot not be something dangerous, knives hanging around everywhere, kids can get to, guns and stuff. Those are reasons to get your kids taken away when your house is checked. But your house is dirty because there's clothes everywhere, there's toys everywhere. No, that's not. It's just like you need to pick up after yourself. Like, okay. But that's not the reason to get your house taken out. Because your house can have clothes everywhere, toys everywhere, smelling just as fresh and clean. We doing laundry day. I got 80,000 kids and we got 80,000 pairs of clothes and they're playing with toys. No, you're not losing your kids. I hate when I hear people say, I got to clean up my house because DHS is coming. And it doesn't happen. It's a brainwash habit. It's a brainwash habit. They're like, you got kids. What you mean? Like, the house ain't gonna get dirty. Like, their room ain't gonna be. It can't be now. Like I said, if you got food and plates and stuff like that, yeah, clean those dishes up. Make sure your kitchen is clean. Make sure your bathroom is clean. Your living room ain't gotta be that clean. The bedroom ain't gotta be that clean. Just somewhere where they can walk a path to and all that. Cause I know kids, they throw stuff. So you kind of want to organize it a little bit. But to be doing like spring cleaning, no, you don't have to. But if you get custody of your kids, do you know people who are adopt kids have more custody than the people that gave birth? If you even get guardianship, you have more rights than the actual parent.
So what is the process of someone to get custody? You said
You just go to your courthouse and say, I want to get full custody, and they're going to go, why you want to do that? You have custody of your kid, because I want to. And you just fill out the paperwork, and it's usually like $100 and some and get custody.
Per kid? Or?
I don't know if it's per kid.
Mm.
I don't know. I can't say. And then sometimes they even have a program down there where they'll take it. And then this is the time for you to actually, too, I tell this to men more than anything, to establish your rights as the child's parent.
Mm-hmm.
So, and even women, you want the man to have, come visitations and money. This all establishes that. You can get custody and say like you and Leroy weren't married. You get custody of it, the kids, and you go, okay, Leroy gets every other weekend, or he gets every weekend, or he gets Friday through Sunday, I get Monday through Thursday. All that stuff is established. And when you do that, they might sometimes be like, do you have money? And you be like, no. I'm on welfare, I'm on this. And then they will do a pro bono for you. So sometimes you get it like that. But if you're just going straight to get custody, and it's not like you guys trying to do joint custody type of thing, it might not be. It might not be. Or you just trying to get custody because the parent, you don't think the parent's no good? Yeah, that's too. But understand, that you want to read paperwork and you want to know your laws in that state. But yeah, and always, like I said, they make it easy where they got this lawyer that you pay for $25 a month for these lawyers. They will do your paperwork, they'll file your paperwork, they'll do that. You might have to pay the extra paperwork money, but get that stuff done. Like, it's $25 a month. Get the paperwork done so you have more leg to stand on. Well, talk to my lawyer, because I don't care who told you such and such. My house is not dirty. You take a picture of your house. Like, we just did laundry. We're doing laundry. They were playing such and such and such. Kitchen, look at the kitchen's clean and the bathroom clean. And that's it. That's all you have to really verify is that your kitchen is clean and your bathroom is clean. Clothes and toys do not make the house dirty. And I know people think that. It does not make your house dirty. It just says, we shop so much for our kids' clothes. And then people donate us clothes and shoes. Sometimes you don't even have a place to put them.
Right.
And then when you go through them, everybody's doing this. And you come in the middle of this, it looks chaotic. When you do laundry day, it looks chaotic. You got to bundle it here, put your clothes over there, bundle it here, put your clothes over there, bundle it. And if you pay attention more over here, they're going to now play. So these clothes are in a little stack looking like moles everywhere. And you up here having a fit. And it's not. That's what I said. It's like, it's taken away. You still have legal rights to whip your kids. They just don't want you to abuse them.
Right. And
stuff like that. And now I say you talk and you look, your kids know you love them and stuff like that. But they make DHS and them make it. That's like, oh, if you go to foster care, it's gonna be so much better. But it's worse at foster cares than it is at it. And I'm not gonna say it's all the foster parents.
Yeah.
I'm saying it's the caseworkers. If the caseworkers don't like your kid, they will mess it up. If the caseworker made a mistake, they will cover it up. The caseworkers do more damage than the foster parents. There's some abusive foster parents, and there's a foster parents that molest, but the caseworkers will jack you up. So my thing is, even if you did lose your kid, you be up on it. You want to know everything. And my kid said this, you want to be up on that. You want to switch caseworkers. That's why you want to get your lawyer. And if your kids go into foster care, you do get a lawyer. You better work that lawyer to death, and you better pay that $25 a month to get a lawyer. Like I said, you do not want to play with these people. And let them know, I'm not playing. And once they know that you're not playing with them, they'll leave you alone. But they'll keep messing with you if they know you're scared.
And this is good information that Lady is giving you guys, because a lot of people don't know any of this stuff, and I think that's why we've seen there's a lot of stories that we've seen that because they say that we are owned by the state. That's why we're the numbers we are. We're not really people to them. We're a number. That's why we're all assigned social security numbers. So we are really literally, and that, like she's saying, when you have a kid too, it's the same thing. The kid is, we're all the state's property. So that's why they do the things that they do to us in general. But like she's saying, if you do what you do and read and know your rights and read that information, they bank on a lot of times for us, and I'm sorry, our people do this a lot. We don't read. We don't read the fine print. That's why you see a lot of stars getting these contracts and they lose all their money and they don't, this and that, because they just quick to sign stuff, thinking, oh, this is a good opportunity, and then they don't read.
All I'm saying is get a lawyer. I know it costs money. I'm not dumb to the point. But get you a lawyer. Or learn the law yourself and learn the lingo. Because I don't know the lingo. When I read it, it sounds like a lingo. So I go like this. Here, Mom.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means. Here you go. What that mean? Because I don't know. So find somebody. This is when you get friends with legal people. Legal aids and all that. Because all of them know the gibberish.
Yeah.
So, you ain't got to have a high time when you get a legal aid. You can get the secretary to a legal person. Learn it. Work for a legal person. Be a secretary, or a janitor. Be the best janitor, so when they're now talking to you. So whenever you need some legal aid, they're there to help you. Okay, oh no, they lying to you. But my thing is, because they always give you a court-appointed attorney, and sometimes they have so much on their caseload that they can't focus on you, and you have to get their attention to focus. Now just think about it: if everybody get their attention focused, they're still not spread evenly. So you need to get a lawyer that wants the move on. And like I said, they have it where you pay $25 a month for the lawyer. Get you a lawyer, regardless if you ever need it. You might need it just to get you out of a traffic ticket, but just to get you the dang thing. To cover yourself, get custody of your kids. So now you have to go to court if they try. Like, we got to go to court. And then you have time to make proof, because once they get your kids in custody, it's hard to make proof, because now you got to do everything the way they tell you, and again you got to do everything like caseworker tell you, and them caseworkers are not nice, and them caseworkers are, if they don't like you, that's it. They can have some friends, or they have some friends with you, and now they the caseworker of your kids. And they done already told everybody, so everybody already know your kids is in custody, and then now they're going to treat you like crap. Because you got to understand, everybody's human. Just because we went to work don't mean all of a sudden I keep my personal business aside. That's a lie. Because that is a lie. So my thing is, understand that you want to get prevented before they get custody, but you going to have to take me to court. We're going to go to court for you to get custody. Because I know I'm a person, I took a foster kid in, and the mother, the reason her kids was in foster care is because she called DHS for help. She didn't know what to do. Her daughter was on these major tantrums. She didn't know what to do. She was stressed. She didn't know how to keep the house clean. She just needed some help, and got her kids taken. And then they lied to her and said, if you don't sign over your rights, then when we do just take your rights from you, when they get adopted, you don't get to see them. So I told her don't do it. She signed her rights and she didn't get to see them. I told her don't do it. But again, we don't like to listen to one another, and they didn't let her kids stay with me because they was mad that I was nice to the mama. And my mama was having a relationship with her kids. Caseworkers. And I knew the caseworker. She was a boss, and she wouldn't move to cover the situation because she didn't want to be losing her job because she black, so she know you get in the middle of something, everybody gonna get against you. So then and I made that one in my head because I could not understand. Like, I know the rights, so I should have been able to get it out. So like I said, it's caseworkers. You were scared. I understand being scared that your kids could be somewhere and get beat and abused, but you will never get your kids if your caseworker don't like you. You will never get your kids if your caseworker don't like you. So why even deal with that crap? Why even go with that?
Caseworkers is the ones who got the control.
They do. Until you get a lawyer, and then that lawyer could then check everything that caseworker does. So it won't be just that case. Your case, they can check all the different cases to prove a valid point that they're messing with you.
Oh, yeah. So,
So-
that's a lot to learn, you guys,
Mhm.
today. And I mean, I'm telling you, it's something that you really need to know. But I have seen, like I said, what Lydia is saying is true. And like I said, it goes on that deeper level as what I'm saying is too, is how they own us. Basically, that's why why we got social security numbers is this, but we're just, numbers to them. You know what I mean? And when we die, they get money. When you're born, you get money. They get money for us being born, dying, all that stuff. We're just boom, boom.
Just understand that you're under a regime
Mhm.
of anybody. I don't care
Yeah.
what city, state,
Yeah.
a country you're
Yeah.
in. You're under this regime, and they're trying to control
you.
not just control you, control the situation.
Yeah.
Because if it's too free,
Mhm.
you can't control. So you have
Right.
to tie down some stuff.
Mhm.
So I'm not all on the big. I get what you're saying. They do control that. I'm not on the big thing, but my thing is, nobody really. I mean, they control the situation, but nobody can control you if you have knowledge. And that's one thing I noticed when I was watching the Muslims and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Is knowledge is power, and if you're not using it, then that's on you. You can't blame the government. You can't blame it because it's sitting there written in your face. You don't do it. Just like if you don't start a home-based business and you don't work a home-based business like a real business, and you're making all these excuses of why you can't work a home-based business, then you don't get the tax write-offs. You don't get to be paying like Piggly Wiggly and everybody else and get all this money back because you chose not to. You make all excuses. You can make health problems. You can make kid problems. You can make husband problems. You can make mama problems. You can make all the problems. But here lies. This is the benefit. I don't even care if you have a job. Start your home-based business so you can get a lot of tax write-off and all this other stuff. It don't have to be just for the white man, as we always want to say. It calls the knowledge. We just don't want to do the work. We don't want to set aside 4 hours a day and just work on our business. We don't want to set 4 hours a day or 2 hours a day and read and get information on what we need to do, to protect ourselves. We don't want to take the time to figure out. Like, there's people I watch and I find it amazing. And I know it only was happening because this guy was black or whatever. But he found a house and nobody was paying attention. He moved in.
He squatted it?
He squatted in.
Squatted in, okay.
He went, I say he moved in. He had his stuff in there, he moved in. Neighbors mad because it's about to be his home because he squatted.
He squatted, yeah. And then,
for so long. And so and it's a nice neighborhood too. You know, it's like it's a nice neighborhood. You know what I mean?
They don't like that.
Yeah, so and they're mad about it. Like, get your house for free and and why does, again, it's none of nobody's business when people make it their own business.
Yeah.
But you know, he found out, figured out, all I gotta do is find a place to squat. And if I don't get kicked out, if the owners don't come and kick me out, it's mine.
And if you put the thing is too, the key is when you squat, is you're supposed to turn on the electricity or turn something on in your name. And you do that, then it's yours.
And of course you're gonna do that because you're cooking.
Yeah.
You gotta watch some TV.
Yeah.
You gotta charge your phone.
Yeah.
So that's not a problem. So I tell people that, like, don't get mad at somebody because they read up on the laws that allows us to do what we're doing. You know, and it's very shocking when you see black people doing stuff like that because it's all right. White people have been doing it for years and nobody said it's done. I never saw it on the news. Black people do it, you get it on the news. If you find a place and you realize, you get the research and realize nobody owns that place, you better squat, put the electricity, the water, everything in your name and get chilling. And then after whatever the years the laws say in that city and state, you go and claim it as yours and that's it. Nobody got that. Ain't got nothing to worry about.
Yeah.
And nobody can come and kick you out when you squat. Nobody can do that to you.
And it takes a long time, and then eventually they're gonna have to be spending the money and all that stuff because you've been in there so long.
Yeah, once you've been there like 30 days or 60 days, and you got mail coming in, you gotta go to court. But the only one that could do that is the owner.
Yeah.
So if you find an owner that died, or they went out of country and never came back, there's this one girl. She made me so mad, Joe. Here in Oregon, she had a house, and she was paying the rent and everything, and nobody could get a hold of the owner. And she stopped paying the rent and stuff. she pretty much could have just put the house in her name.
Oh, nice.
She moved out because her boyfriend made her mad.
I'm done.
Tell me. This is why I say ignorance don't make sense. He would have been kicked out.
Made her married.
He would have been kicked out because my name on the list. He would have been kicked out. But I'm just saying, we can use
Wow.
our smarts and abilities for something that sometimes we be slacking. And I say, why are we slacking? You got this stuff, do it. Have fun with it. I mean, come on. Like I say, that's what we should all be
stuff
looking
like that
for.
to luck upon something like that, because houses are expensive, and when you do have a house, you still gotta pay taxes and stuff. If someone was to outright give you a house, you gotta pay taxes on it all the time. That's why it's like if you have land, do you pay out to pay taxes on land if you buy land too? That's what I'm wondering.
I don't know, cause it's yours.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. I'd rather just do that.
I already said I'm buying land. Even if I have to pay tax on buying land, because you can even buy land that has houses or apartments on it, it's yours.
Yeah.
But I'm buying land. That's all I'm doing. I mean, because like I said, I learned from Tyler Perry and I learned from these people. Own your stuff. Even if my business got big, I would not outsource my making seasoning and hot sauce to somebody else. I would just give me a little building and have everybody there working their butt off to do it. I would not until I can build a warehouse and own. You want to own all your stuff.
Yeah.
Own your
and
stuff.
That's what a lot of people I've been noticing. A lot of people have been doing. They'll like do their own business, get to a certain level, and then they like sell it off to somebody else. And then it's no longer a black business anymore. It's just because it was a black business and such bought it, and now it's.
But when you own it, it's more capital, and it gets you more credit.
Yeah, to get
other
some of the stuff. Yeah.
So if you just sold it. You got that money. Now you got to build another building.
Again,
You starting from scratch when you already had something right there, and you realize how important it is. Now if you have like 20 different companies and you want to sell one, go ahead. But I'm just saying, like I see a lot of people
like Carol's daughter and. Yeah, I think about that's those things that I think about, like how Target.
But even if they outsource somebody else making it, like you be the building and make it.
Yeah.
Don't outsource big companies to make your product for you. You figure out how to make your product and do it. I remember with my cupcake kit boxes, that's what I was doing when I get like Duncan Hines and make my frosting from.
Yeah, you would.
I need to know how to make it and then check and see how long it can last.
Yeah.
How to make a staple and all that, and then do my own bottles and do everything I want. But it was something that I had to learn, that you got to do it yourself. And I'm going to Kaleidoscope.
Yeah.
She does her own. And she has her own warehouse and all that. Kaleidoscope does that. I mean, there's several businesses. I think black people are getting
We probably need to pay attention to those, find like she's saying, find businesses that are doing it. Because then that will give you that, to go, okay, I can do this. I can do it myself. If someone else did it, I can too. But it's hard.
It is. And as I said, you gotta understand, you gotta be ready for that. I mean, life ain't easy. And once you get that in your head, that life is not easy. Then you can kind of breathe and say, okay, I gotta do this. And learn. And if somebody gives you some knowledge, don't take it as somebody's just telling you what to do. You don't have to do what they tell you to do, but write that stuff down in your memory box so then when it comes up and you're like, oh, someone told me to do it. Let me go ahead and do it. Because now it makes sense. It might not make sense when somebody tells you at the beginning, but it's so important to do it. And like I said, it's so important for you to open have your own home-based business. And it's important for you to work your business as if you were going to a job. If you have a home-based business and you're not working it as you did when you were working for somebody else, then shame on you. How did you help them build their business and you won't help yourself build your own business?
Right.
And I tell you, I have to tell myself that all the time because I don't have anybody being able to push me. And so with that, and I say that all the time because I'm a person push. I need it a lot, and as I said, it's really hard, because you don't have somebody to push you or you don't like people pushing you. It will mess you up in the long run. Unless you just
sometimes it's hard because her mind is so crazy and I didn't realize how many different things she was doing, so I wouldn't even know where she'd want me to push her because she got books here and she's got the seasons here and she's got the hot sauce here, I don't even know where to push because she got so much going on. like, man, I wouldn't even, because normally I could be like, okay, well, are you working with this today, or what you doing? I wouldn't know, because every time I talk to her, I'm like, dang, I forgot she was doing that. She didn't do that, she was doing this. She's just got her hands in everything, so I wouldn't even know where I want her to push, to push her, because there's so many areas that she's, but what I love about that is when we do things, and when we do like our, when we're trying to do, like right now it's the holiday season, and when we're doing bazaars or markets, things like that, that's what's awesome, is because of the fact that she's had her hands in so many different things. She has such a broad range, amount of things she can sell, because of the fact that, so you pretty much, you're not going to come by our table and not walk away with something, because there's so much stuff that she's created. And like when we decided to do our things, we all ended up having a few things. Our son's the only one who just straight up does teas, but we all end up we have a few items in each one of our businesses. You know what I mean? So, and she's got an array of like really different types. I mean, you got hot sauce and seasons and things over here, and then you got your teas, and then you got your books, and you got, resin. You got a lot of different things that somebody's gonna want. And so that's what I think is, but too, that's hard too, like she's saying, when you do all those different things, and when you don't have a support system that you would like, edging you on and being there and helping you out, and I run into that a lot. I'm having to have a family with 5 kids and stuff like that. It's hard because I'm the one sitting there trying to push. Now I'm trying to push my kids to write their books and things like that, because they do have skills and talents. But my stuff, when it's time for me to do me, I don't get a lot of help. I'm on my own, like just sitting there by myself, like I gotta do all this, put all
and
this
it's
together.
true,
So
and that's the thing
hard.
about it is, I think we in that situation too for you guys. I think you're in that situation because I go through the same thing. Of being alone and knowing how to doing everything by yourself, because you need to know how to do it, so you can train people to do it the right way.
Yeah, the way you want it. You want to keep that integrity of the
where the
product.
mixture is. Because like even with big warehouses, you might not want somebody to know your recipe. So
right.
over here, Sally and them was doing the so and so and so and so, slipping this and doing this, pressing this and doing that, squeezing that. Over here, they're doing the so and so and so and so, and then when it comes over here, everything is put in. The machine is making sure it's equally put in the right way. So nobody knows the full recipe, but they got it. But if you don't know how to do that, and if you don't know your business inside out, we all should be able to just run our recipes like this, knowing exactly how much. Like I should be able to go, okay, how much do I need? How much of what all the ingredients I put in my royalty? I should be able to name it and tell you how much I put in there equally. Like, okay, I put half of this in there, 2 cups of this in there. So if you're not doing that, you're not working your business enough. And I'm not doing it because I'm not working my business enough. I'm just saying. Right now I'm trying to put my book together right now, and I haven't stopped. And then I was like, after my goal is to get all my books that I said I was gonna get done by the end of this year, because I have plays that I never finished that I want to finish by January 15th. And the reason I said that is because one of them was a Black History play.
Right. Yeah, I remember that. I
ain't did nothing, but like I said, I don't want to leave anything open because the books will be selling while I'm typing over here. Yeah. So let me get all my books. So I have like these 3 books. I got books that I got to make monthly payments on. No, baby. Every time the illustrator. So the illustrator's on hold because I don't have the money to finish paying her to do the book. So why that's happening,
is she just supposed to illustrate the cover, or?
No, she's illustrating the pictures.
The actual, okay.
She's
for the whole book.
So she's done 2 projects of it.
Okay.
So now, I already have the cover. So she's doing 2 projects of it. She has about 4 or 5 more projects of it. And I did it in that way because I knew I didn't have the money up front to pay for it. But if I had like the $200, yeah, can you finish the book? Yeah. Thank you. And I found a great illustrator, and I got smart with it. Because I have my nephew, I got smart with it. I do that into a cartoon. No, to a coloring book.
Mm.
So now the book is going to be a coloring book, and then it's going to be a book because my
Nice.
nephew can color it in really nice.
Mm.
So when it's a book, it's there, and then you can just color it yourself.
Yeah.
And you call it that.
Nice.
So it made sense because if not, I'm paying extra money for somebody to color in the book. So what would it cost me, say, $400, would now cost me $1,000.
Mm.
So
Wow.
this way, every time my book makes money, me and my nephew gets paid, and it's that easy.
Mm.
Yay!
Yeah, keeping it in the family.
Yeah, and that's what I try to do. And that's even explaining that to him. I think he finally got it.
Mm.
But I like explaining it. It's because kids is hard to understand. I was hard to understand when I was a kid. But I think you understand like these are all revenue streams that continue.
It's like royalty or something.
Yes, and as I say, but it's just continuous. And like I told them, my daughter and my nephew, they were supposed to have the 3 books done. They keep telling me it's written, but they ain't did it. I ain't seen nobody working on it. If they ain't done by the end of this year, they're going to have some proud work. Their New Year's Eve, while we playing games, being here writing books. And that's what they want. So, we got to push each other.
Yeah.
And I know I push my kids really hard, and sometimes I wish they would push me hard. Like I push them.
Yeah.
Like, okay, you said we're doing this, let's do it. Because my mind it gets tracked. Like, I'm over here using her machine to make somebody's butter. And she done got me into her business, and I was like, wait a minute. Because I think the idea is great. I love the idea. I done preached the idea to millions of people. I don't think it was my thing to, I don't think I wanted to do it. I think when I said, go ahead and do it, it wasn't something I really wanted to do. I knew I could do it. I don't think it's not for me, I don't think. Because I don't use the thing. Now, the one thing I did agree with her, when she said make a cream to heal your pain, that one I could do because that's what I'm feeling. I'm in pain and I don't have nothing that heals me. Nobody can handle the massage. I really need to go pay somebody to massage me because it really is bad. And I could tell it's a massage because when the massage kicks in, I feel a little bit. And I mean, when I say a little, like I'm saying it's 100% pain, I feel 98% better. No, not 2% better. So I know it's the massaging, but it needs to be hard and it needs to be consistent. Like,
do you feel like remember when we went and got like our feet done or whatever? How do you feel about those chairs? You feel that would do anything or anything ain't gonna do nothing?
Because they don't stay in one spot.
I know, but you need it just in one spot.
I need it like here and here. I don't need to roll down my body and find out another issue.
I do.
So now I don't consider find another issue. So now what wasn't hurting before is now hurting. I just need somebody to take this pain away. Then later on, if I feel it, because then those other ones are just really light.
Yeah.
You can just really rub that, and you ain't even got to put no muscle to it.
Yeah.
The shoulder and the neck thing is a big, major pain. So if you now let me tap in, then now my whole body bother me. When before it was just here. But the chair don't stay in the spot long enough. It goes and then it rolls down.
It rolls around and down and whatever.
So I need, so I need somebody who could just, and I know your hands hurt, but if you're a masseuse, that's what you paid to do, so your hands is used to it. But right now, right here, I feel like I'm getting arthritis right here. Because it starts hurting. So I just,
and sometimes, if you squeeze there, this part right here, you have to get somewhere to squeeze it really hard. That will alleviate some of the other pain in your body.
No, this is pain now.
Hey,
this is hurt now.
Squeeze the pain out. Squeeze that pain out.
There you go. Y'all are right here. Yeah, so during your holiday season, enjoy yourself. Have fun. Build new traditions. I know people act like traditions are horrible.
No, I think they're great.
They're awesome.
With your own family.
Huh?
That's especially with your own family. I think they're awesome.
I think you should do tradition, and not even just with your own family. I don't agree with that. I just say traditions. Find traditions. You might not have family. You might just be you and your friends.
But I'm saying you have friends too that you consider family. I mean, if you don't have a family, you have people in your life that you consider your family.
Yeah, I'm just saying like. People in college, you might not consider them.
Oh yeah, if you was like, yeah, that's true.
You
Yeah,
know,
could be stuck there.
So like, you might move to another state. You ain't got family. Start a tradition where whoever ain't got nobody, we come and we do potlucks, and it don't have to be traditional Thanksgiving food. You can do whatever you want. You know, that's when you have like pizza and spaghetti and Chinese food. And like she said, you just mix it all together. And that's what you do, laughing and talking. Starting a tradition. I know my mom's friend. She started a tradition when she was here. She left us, so it's known that Christmas Eve, everybody came to her house and they partied on Christmas Eve. Now I never understood how that worked because we was always prepping and cooking on Christmas Eve, so. You know, we got to maybe open to get to something if we back before my mom and I switched over. But I don't know how you cooking and then coming over there to party with you. Now, I'm not waking up at the early in the morning to cook to have Christmas dinner ready on top. But they did.
That's what I did. Growing, you know, with Leroy's family, that's what we did. It was Christmas. Christmas Eve. We always had like all the kids and stuff like that came together, and it was late too. So. And they opened gifts and stuff like that, and so we still had a regular, you know, the morning or whatever.
No, I'm saying like they would go to her house and party.
Yeah. Like it was Christmas.
No, just party. It was like a celebration. Well, Christmas party on New Year's Eve. Okay, and then you go home in the morning and cook. I mean, go home that night. You know, you got your little drink.
Oh yeah.
And now you got to get up in the morning and cook. Now, let's everybody cook Christmas Eve day, and then went to party. But I'm just like, I'm not going home. I'm be partying with y'all going home. Then I gotta leave early. So, cause you know you got turkey at a certain time. You wake up at the crack of dawn and start 4 o'clock in the morning. Turkey in the oven on 200, and you go to sleep, and then you come back up and you got like this year I'm not doing. I already started my greens. The greens is done. Cause I said
I thought you were supposed to do macaroni and cheese.
I am doing my macaroni and cheese. I've been thinking about that late night mac and cheese time. Because I also got to record the macaroni and cheese being made.
Yes.
I said I was going to record it. And then I'm going to put the one in the refrigerator just so we can taste it.
Oh, nice.
The big one that's sitting there.
Okay.
But I realized I do like mac and cheese the next day done. So I might be all right with that. But I don't know because I don't want my mac and cheese to be dry.
Right.
It's different when you take it and warm it up and take the whole pan and So we'll figure that out. I think I'll do the majority of the stuff in there. I'm not gonna do. I'll do the roux, my special way. I do my roux on that one the next day. I don't know. We'll think about it. We'll figure it out. Because I gotta be mom. So the best way for me to do is do at night.
Today.
Because mom gets up there. There's no way I'm gonna be able to record.
She'll be done.
I can make it with her there, but I can't record with her there. It don't work like that. And I make mine different and very simple, and it turns out to be the best. And I know you guys be doing some fancy stuff with your stuff.
Yeah.
Kudos. Just like everybody has somebody's favorite sweet potato pie. I can't never beat my mom's sweet potato pie, and it's just plain. She don't do all that fancy stuff. She ain't adding no milk and stuff to it. It's just a sweet potato pie. And I love it that way. And I can eat y'all's fancy sweet potato pie, but I'm not dreaming about it. I dream about my mama's sweet potato pie. Because it's simple. And I think sometimes we have gotten away with simplicity. Simplicity is so awesome. Like, there's some things you can go crazy over. Something like mac and cheese. Y'all be spending $80 on some mac and cheese because y'all don't put all this expensive cheese. And you can do that even with my recipe and still come out good, but I'm not spending all. Mine be cheap. And it tastes good. It's creamy. I don't like it. I don't want my noodles floating in the cheese. It has to be a thickness to it. It can't be floating in the cheese. So all y'all who got macaroni and cheese
floating in cheese.
No, think about it, when you go to all you can eat. That cheese be the mac noodles is floating in the cheese. It's not a consistency. When you put my mac and cheese on your plate, it's like cutting a lasagna. That's what you getting on your plate. You got lasagna.
Good macaroni.
That's what it is. And it's creamy, it's not dried out. I ain't putting no eggs in mine. No, I'm not.
Hey.
Yeah, that's how you're supposed to do the original macaroni and cheese.
Oh, you talking about the sauce part?
The bake. No, you get your noodles. You put all your cheese, your cheddar cheese and all that in there. You get your milk. You pour your eggs in. You mix it all around and put it in there, and then you top it and put it in the oven and bake it.
I don't do that.
And then everybody's in love with it. Some dry ass macaroni.
I'm gonna eggs and some potato salad.
And now they're putting the eggs in a roux. I can't do that either. And I'm gonna tell you, I call mine a roux, but mine is not a roux. So watch it on the level of shit, because it's not a roux. And not a traditional roux. I don't do traditional. I don't do the traditional roux and gumbo either. So I just tell you right now, I make up my own stuff. Always. Everything cheaper and faster. Not cheaper, faster. Everything faster. But tastes like I spent $1 million on is all I try to do. I don't want to work hard like y'all. Y'all be overly working. Overly.
I think I gotta go to the Dollar Tree watch till $1.
Yes.
And
You
give me
guys have
some
to serve that
pans.
first.
Give me some pans.
But you can go to Winkles for that too. That's what we did.
Was it $1?
Yep.
There was $1?
I got 5 of them for $1. 5, and it was $1. And then I got the little cake pan. It was 2 of them for $1.69.
Okay, I'm sure. I did my booty to rest.
That's when I took your car. Yeah. I had to get pans.
Yeah.
So yeah. And we got 7, because I got 2 so he can make his pat up upside down cake. Macaroni and cheese one, and one says that. And I even think we got a turkey pan, I think. And
That's
that
what I
was
need.
$2. So if you could get a turkey pan at Dollar Tree, then go ahead. $4, because I think I paid $2.
Well, I have my turkey pan at the house. I have a heavy duty turkey. That's where it's gonna be.
Oh, yeah,
But I kind of got like macaroni
we
and
were
cheese.
washing dishes.
So macaroni and cheese. You
That
got
was my thing.
the one with the 5 was that macaroni and cheese one.
Huh?
The one, the 5 for the $1 or whatever was that macaroni and cheese one.
It wasn't $5. It was $1 each, and it was separate.
Oh, okay.
And it was a nice sturdiness. Because I was looking at that sturdiness compared to the one that was like $1.69.
Yeah.
No, it was like $1. No, it was like $2 and something for 2. And I was saying like, this is sturdy enough. Well, this is more sturdy, but this is sturdy enough because we're only hoping to have it for 2 days at the most.
Right.
It ain't like I want to rewash it and use it again. So,
right.
So that's what we did. Now we got that at Winkles. So. That's how I don't always have to go to the Dollar Tree.
Right.
The stores still sell stuff for $1.
Yeah.
So Dollar Tree messing up on doing it, but I understand the whole purpose of
Yeah.
it. But if they can keep all this stuff still $1 and then have a whole section over here.
Yeah.
But what's going to happen is the dollar part is going to start shrinking.
Yeah.
In the beginning, it's not. It's just going to shrink. It's going to be like the 99 cents store. You're going to be shocked if you find something for 99 cents.
Right, exactly.
So, I just saying, it's gonna be a shock if you find something for $1. The candy pretty soon is gonna be $1.25. But right now, if they can just keep it still $1 and then have certain items, like bigger items for more, that makes sense. But that's not what's gonna happen. It might start off that way, but it's not. By the end of the year, I guarantee you, it's not. It's gonna be like Family Dollar, and Dollar General, and all them. So.
By the beginning of the year, because that's when it goes into effect.
Yeah, but I'm saying in the beginning it's gonna start off where you still got a lot of stuff for $1. I'm saying by the end of
2022,
it's going to be like you gonna be searching for something for $1.
I got something for the Dollar Tree.
Yeah, that's exactly what you're gonna do. Exactly.
That's funny.
And that means if you were on DollarTree.com trying to buy in bulk, you ain't getting that deal either. So.
Yeah.
Sorry, Charlie.
I'm telling you, times are changing. Times are changing, but I'm just grateful that I'm here to see it.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, I'm grateful. That's what I'm thinking. And it's been really hard because a lot of people aren't celebrating Thanksgiving because when you really find out the true meaning of it and things like that. But my whole thing is, it's just kind of like what Lydia's saying is you building traditions in a sense, like you make it, for me, when people are going to celebrate it anyway, celebrate stuff anyway. So you use that day as, to me, I just say, as even with Christmas and all that other stuff, of being thankful for having a family and what you have and things like that. If I look at and I look at Christmas the same way, you know, and the celebration of, you know, Jesus. We don't, like I said, we don't know when he was born, the actual day, this and that, that's the day that you choose to do it. But when your intentions are not, when you know what was really going on, but your intention is just, to me, I just am more appreciative of family. I use the day to just be thankful for family. So, because everybody else is celebrating it anyway, you know what I mean? You're going to do it, it's, people ain't at work, it's day off of work. If they was working, they ain't working that day, stuff like that, you might as well. A fellowship with your friends, family, whatever, and do that. Because all in all, did you ever see the video about how there was only one person who documented the Thanksgiving thing, and he just briefly said it really quick? It really was no Thanksgiving. It just was, this guy said, because basically the whole entire time it was them taking the land from the Native Americans. And there was all these little wars going on. Everyone was dying.
Yeah.
There was nothing positive about this time. And then the person had just said that they had brought something, some food or whatever, and then they said Thanksgiving, and that was it. That one line. So then they just took it and ran with it. But in reality, it actually is a horrible day, because, you know, of course, they were taking the land from because what happened is they tricked you made somebody think that something was cool, like the Native Americans, like you go online and say, oh yeah, this guy over here said it was okay for you. And then when you come back, then everybody's like ready, you know, they come, and then I think they had tricked them. It was some kind of weird thing when they tricked them, so this war came out. This war, but that's when they thought everything was cool, so it was killing, just all this killing. And like I said, especially for Native Americans, it's horrible. It's a horrible thing for them to think about that. It's not a day of going, hey, you know, I want to be thankful. No, that was a lot of lives, you know, and it's hard, because when you look at a lot of stuff, not to be rude, but it's always the white man coming to take some land from somebody. It's like, always, like, what was y'all doing? I mean, when I look at history now, I'm like, where was y'all originally at? Like, other than, was it just Europe? Because I don't know, like, because you just keep taking land from everybody. Y'all just going around taking land. And, you know, you just see something, I want it. You know, and we seeing it now. We're seeing it even just with everything. But, you know, I'm grateful for it. I've seen some that one man, he gave his land back to it was a white man, and he gave his land back to the Native American. That was recently. So, you know, some people in their mind, and that's what's hard, because when you look at stuff that from generations that have gone on, and let's say if you're a Caucasian person, and you're like, well, I didn't do this. I didn't hurt you. I didn't do this, but your ancestors did. And some people really feel like, I want to right the wrong, you know? I really want to right this wrong that my ancestors did. And they really do that, you know? And shout out to people who do that. I think that's, like, amazing, you know what I mean? To me, because what people feel...
I'm really give a shout out to, because I wouldn't do it. I'm just telling you, I can't fix what my ancestors did. And I understand that it happened to us well, and we've been dogged. So I just want you to be aware. There's not really much you can do. I mean, you can fight for me to get land. Yeah, you don't have to give me your land. I mean, I will accept it if you gave it to me. I'm not saying I wouldn't accept it. I'm just saying you can't fix what the ancestors did to that. That wasn't you. But what you can do is make it a different culture.
that was our, that say for
I
instance, someone
understand
gave you
what the
that.
point. Yeah, I
If
said
they gave you that because of what your ancestors went through, because that trickled down, that pain and all that suffering does trickle down. It does affect.
I understand that, but again, that still ain't gonna right the wrong. It still ain't
No,
gonna
it doesn't right the wrong.
I now got a 40 acres in the mill. That's just what I got. I'm saying, if you want to, yes, that's nice to do that. I'm not gonna be. I think sometimes we expect. I can't expect. Right now, I'm gonna tell you, I made a lot of mistakes. I do not want my kids to have to right something wrong from the mistakes I've done. I don't. I made the mistakes. I need to write it. That was never meant for me to want to put pressure on my children to right the wrong.
Happen, though. It does trickle down, regardless.
It can trickle down all it wants. I don't want my kids to have to right the wrong for my mistakes. That's plain and simple.
I understand that, but
I'm saying is, if the government are the reason why it happened.
Mm-hmm.
If the government wants to give me my 40 acres in the mill, yes, they need to give me my 40 acres in the mill. And like I said before, if you want to give me land because of it, I would take it. I'm not gonna sit here and say I wouldn't take it. I'm just saying it's not gonna ever fix the situation. It's not gonna ever fix the situation.
We understand.
The situation, what I would prefer to be fixed more than anything else is to be treated.
Yeah.
The way I need to be treated. Yeah. I'd rather know that my kids can go outside and nothing happens to them because of the color of their skin.
Yeah.
I'd rather know that my kids are going to get fair treatment, not because, they have to be white to get this treatment. I would want them to get the treatment because they're a human being and we worked our butts off in this land. Our ancestors did work it. Those are the things that I want. The hidden racism to be gone. You see, if somebody's doing us wrong, that you stand up and say, no, I'm not doing that. No, they are welcome to be here. No, and they're going to get the best education, the best books, the best this. Those are things that you can fix. Yes, would I love the land? Yes. But now I'm gonna have the land, and now everybody gonna beat me down because I got the land, because a white man gave me land because of their ancestors. And no, because there's always some drama to it. But the government needs to give us the land because we had land, and we did what we were supposed to do. But y'all didn't. I would like the government to make us be the same way they do in the Indians. Do that because we built this land. So give me that. But one white man giving it to one black person does not fix all of us. It really doesn't.
No.
It helped that one person. And it's still, that one person is still going to not appreciate it. In the long run, they got it and they're happy they got it. And they're going to have the mentality, well, you were supposed to. No, they didn't. They don't have to fight for that. What they need to fight for is us to have rights to be able to be free as you. If I want my kids to go outside and play, shoot them up with play guns, I want them to be able to do that without getting killed. Not just be in the backyard, and if you happen to come in my backyard, they got to get shot because they had a play gun. Where a white kid could be all over the place, shooting their little pellet guns and all that, and still be able to live. Those are changes that I want. Me have 40 acres of real for somebody else that you can't do nothing for. That you had nothing to do with. If you could start making a change and helping everybody else understand the change, like I said, if you want to give us land, I'm not saying don't give us land, but I'm just saying as a simple fact of that helped one person, that did not help the whole race, and we all been attacked. You know what I mean?
It takes one person to start a trend, though. And
but it's not going to be a trend that started because it's never the one that's really outspoken about. It's really not the one that's, it doesn't, good news don't pass through fast. But you tell the government to give all black people 1 acre of land. I guess you guarantee that would travel because everybody's going to have a problem with us having land. But one person coming in and giving you land, woo, one person said trickle down. It didn't trickle down. I'm going to tell you right now, how many other people after that gave land? None. And there's plenty of people that have land to give. But we can talk about it 5 years from now, and I guarantee you, we're going to have the same discussion. How many people have you heard after that giving land? And I guarantee you, it will not be more than 200 people ever. I guarantee you. It won't even reach 200. But if we want land, and if we sought out for land like we're supposed to, and if we want to gravitate to get the land that we need to, then we need to come together and work together and go against the government and make them give us land. But one
Well, we could
person
be like
did it.
another family that got together and they bought, and there was a black family and they all came together and they bought the plantation that their family worked on. That was an awesome story too. I like that.
Yeah. But like I said, you can give us land or give us a town.
Yes.
Give us a town and then we own the whole town ourselves.
Yeah.
And then we gotta buy from ourselves and do. I'm all for that.
Yeah.
And again, I'm not taking away from the person that gave their land to that black person. I don't want to seem like I'm taking that away, because I'm not. I'm just saying I would hate for any of my kids, and so would any of you guys. Yet your kids have to take care of something that you did wrong. There's no way. That's like you die today and your kids got to pay for all your bills. Is that what you want? No.
Well, you don't want that, but it happens.
But no.
You don't want it.
Not at all. It doesn't happen. So I ain't worried about it. But
It
no.
doesn't happen here?
No.
Mm.
That's why if I ever get married, I would never go to Vancouver.
You want to go and move somewhere else?
No,
'Cause
no,
they
that. But what I'm saying is, no, you don't want them to have to pay for those things. You don't want them to, so I didn't finish my time in jail, so my kids got to finish my time in jail. No. But you did the crime? Uh-huh. They didn't do the crime. If I did something very malicious like molest or rape kids, don't take it out on my children. I did it. And that's cruel and unusual punishment. For me, I think that's cruel and unusual punishment for you to molest and rape a child. But don't blame it on my kids. So we can always look at it in one sided way. That's what I'm saying. But if you, like I said, you got land.
No, I
you
get
give
what you're
it.
saying.
Go
but
ahead
you don't
and
want
give
to make
it
this
and all
life
that.
You even watch shows. It always does that. It's always trickles down. Unfortunately, they probably wonder why this stuff's happening to them that it's happening. But it happens that way. A lot of times,
A lot of stuff happens because we keep the tradition going of what they're doing, and that's the part I'm saying. Let's stop that. That's the thing. If my four parents is racist, and then it comes down to me and I'm being racist and I'm doing racist, and I'm not willing to make a change.
That's when you break that generation.
Yeah, break that. But
break it.
you saying here, I'm gonna give you. I would rather you had said, I own this city, town, and I want all you black people to just take it. You guys run it and take it, and I make sure everybody got everything in, and then you have this building, I give you that property, you got that property, you got that, you own this, you do what you want to do. It might not be 40 acres a mill, but now you can make your own generational wealth. Now you can make your own Black Wall Street again. Now you can do this. Yeah, that's something to appreciate, because it's not just focused on the one person. You know, I can go like this. Yes, you got a house. I've seen a lot of people get houses for free. I've seen a lot of people, and I'm all for it. I don't have a problem with it. But I'm just saying, if you want to do good and help everybody, like there's a whole bunch of people, everybody, then fight for us to get land for everybody. Say I'm bidding one land, and everybody come in. You gonna bid a land? You guys get together and get everybody who got 10, 20 lands and give everybody, at least every city try to get so many people, start that tradition so then everybody gets land, not just one person. There's things you can do if you want to make it where it's a thing to go on. They're giving out land over there. People know that I can do better than that. I'm going to give out this one land, Now we got land with horses and cows and stuff. We can build. You get what I'm saying? But just doing one thing and saying, I did that. Because my family did such and such thing. That wasn't only family. And they had more family members than one person.
Right.
And like I said, I'm glad you did it. But it's not going to erase what your forefathers did. And it's not going to wipe you clean and say, see, I gave a black person land. I'm not prejudiced.
This is the Native Americans.
Huh?
This is the Native Americans.
Well, Native Americans, I'm not, whatever.
Okay, that's everything.
That's all I'm saying. I'm saying we can't, there's a lot of ways that we can change and make sure And really what I want you to do is break the cycle that's happened.
Yeah.
And let's change the way we view and see
Mhm.
everybody. And everybody's equal. Everybody appreciative. And then we should really have a big national holidays for the people that lost their land.
Mhm.
Like the Indians. Like I said, don't even really have to give them a day, but they should deserve a day.
Mhm.
More than the President's Day. They should deserve a day.
Mhm.
You know, that they did discover a place that we all get to lay our hands. Yeah, down and sleep
we
and
all
all
on
that.
their land.
You know, they did.
Yeah, we all on their
But
land.
in reality, you know, this land was broken off of Africa.
Mhm.
It was an African piece, just like Mexico and Texas, part of Mexico. It's a broken off piece.
Yeah, 'cause
There's a lot of
the world
history.
changes all the time.
Yeah, so
As
that's
time
real.
goes by, if things shift and change, and that's why the world is the way it is. And things
And
will
it
go
all
down.
came from Africa.
Oh shit, yeah, it should everything.
So everything, Asia, China, all.
That's
that
why
was
the
the time they
black
was
woman
reaching.
is the mother of all.
Yeah, that's why when they were trying to reach God.
Mhm. Oh, when they was trying to get up to the, they built that
Yeah,
thing up.
that's when all hell broke loose.
Babel,
That's when all hell broke loose, and that's why we have all different countries and stuff. But we was all on one land at one time. So
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, there's ways to do things, and like I said, I'm not, and I don't want to sound like I'm taking from somebody. I'm just saying, I hate when people say something from their forefathers. I'm doing this, and there's so much more to do. There's still like
We
even
got more work to do.
there's a lot, and like I said, if you're gonna be that one person to do that, you should have made it a trend.
Mhm.
Like, okay,
Well,
I'm gonna do
hopefully
this, and
we're
I'm
gonna
gonna
get
see
it
if
out,
so and so gives up, and so and so gives up, and so I want to see the trend like
Well,
that.
hopefully that with them seeing it and being there, because thankfully, like I said, with social media does change stuff, and once we see things, and other people will see
She's
it and
still
stuff
saying see.
too.
I'm trying to get past the seeing.
No, I'm
I'm
not
getting
about.
past the doing.
No, that's what I'm saying. Once they see that he did it, because we wouldn't know if it wasn't on social media.
Yeah, but it's not gonna fly around like if I sit on the toilet and poop.
What?
It's not gonna fly around. It's
I-
doing. It's like, you know, when I say like, let me give you an example. Poor people hang around poor people. Rich people hang around rich people. Middle class people hang around middle class people. So people who own property hang around people who own property because you got knowledge and you learn stuff. Open your mouth and set a trend. You know how you have that ice cold water challenge
Oh,
trend,
yeah,
and so
ALS.
start a trend because literally, how many basketball players do a lot of stuff that I see on social media? It has not been a trend for everybody to see it.
Yeah.
So just because you were that one person that saw it, doesn't mean millions of people gonna see it. Maybe thousands gonna see it.
Yeah.
Maybe, but that's about it. But there are millions of people out there. You don't see a lot of positivity. You can't tell me all the things that Stephen Curry did. You can't tell me all the things that Magic Johnson did. You can't tell me what AC Green did. You can tell me bits and pieces, but you can't tell me everything they did
Right.
and all the giving they did because that doesn't fly around social media
Yeah.
like that. Now you tell me that somebody got somebody pregnant. We didn't even need social media to find out that Magic Johnson had AIDS because negativity travels faster.
Yeah.
So my thing is, if you do it, make it a challenge. Call somebody else out to do it. Make it a challenge, like an ice cold challenge for y'all people because y'all are on each other's social media.
Y'all landowners, get a challenge.
Yeah, because y'all, that's what I'm saying. Do somewhere.
Get a challenge,
It's
landowners.
making somebody else do it. Like, I challenge you to do this. It's making somebody else choose it. Because over here, Joanne really believes that it's just because it's on social media, it's on every platform. No, I've seen a lot of stuff that
No,
you
it's not on
haven't
every
seen,
platform.
and you've seen a lot of stuff that I haven't seen.
Exactly.
And I'm going to tell you right now, I'm barely on social media, but I still have seen things that you have not seen.
Yeah.
And I'm saying is, that's not one of those things that's going to go viral. That's the word. It's not going to go viral. And that's what I'm saying. We need something that's going to go viral.
Because it's good.
Exactly. Positivity doesn't go far. It doesn't. You'd be like, oh, you know, I've always wanted to have a kid. And then I'm going to bring it 20 years later. I'm pregnant. Everybody pregnant. Oh, congratulations. And then you might get 100 congratulations. But it ain't going viral. Unless you're 92 pregnant. Then it's going to go viral. And then you get to be on different shows.
Yeah.
But I guarantee you, unless he calls the news people, he ain't going on the show. It ain't viral. And that's what I'm saying. You need something viral so it's a trend setting to make other people want to do it. That's what
I'm not
that's
gonna
what
stop being positive just because I ain't gonna go viral. That's one thing I will not.
Well, ain't nobody saying that either. That had nothing to do with this. I'm just saying, do something that can go viral of showing the change, so everybody can do it. And not viral. It
Well,
can
like
be
she's saying,
just in your
around the
community.
landowners, like you said, people.
Yeah. So
those
make
are the
that
type
a
of people
challenge.
he knows. Those are the people that he knows, and that would be a good thing because usually a lot of people who have money or that are philanthropists. Because we even have an organization here that I had found out years ago when we had for the first thing we had. There's an actual website and thing like that where actual people are philanthropists and give. You know, they want to give.
And that's what I'm saying. If you make a challenge and call those out, and then say you have to. Once you do it, you have to call 3 people out. Or once you do it, you have to call 5 people. It's like on YouTube, you know, when they do the food challenges. Like we did yesterday, we did the blindfold challenge. Nobody called us out, but we did the blindfold eating taco challenge. And you call people out. Do that. Like I gave away property to Indians. You have to have 3 people that you give property to, or you just one. You don't have to do 3. You have one person that you have to give property, and it has to be within this ethnicity. It has to be Indians. It has to be African Americans. It has to be this, and then that. And then when you do it, you gotta call somebody. Make it a trend amongst y'all, because then once it's a trend amongst y'all, it's gonna always trickle down to us peons over here. Okay, so just letting you know that do it that way. Because like I said, it's sad that positivity doesn't travel fast. But then again, this is not our world. So negativity travels faster than positivity. So, but it'll end up being a negativity that will make it go viral. Because somebody's going to turn it into a negative to make it go viral. So either way it goes, it's going to be a positive thing and then it's going to be a negative thing and it goes viral. But it's still going to be positive because it's going to make more people do it.
Right.
Voila.
There you go.
There you go.
Thank you for turning that into a positive.
It was always a positive. I'm just saying negative travel fast.
Yeah. This will travel fast.
Yeah. But this will travel fast because white people are going to be mad about it once they find out. Even though it's going to be white people doing it.
Yeah.
They're going to be mad because they get mad about everything.
Yeah, that's true.
Not all. I'm just saying there's those ones out there.
Yeah, so I'm looking at.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we have the issues that we have over there now. Like, we had a very productive year, I would say, financially, and people are trying to make a change. But now it seems like where we're from, it's like we're attacked more because, you know,
Yeah, it is.
it's really sad. So, I will say that even though to me, obviously, it came across a little aggressive, but I will agree with what Lydia is saying. And I've always felt this way, that the whole gist of the whole thing at the end of the day is we all should just be treated fairly. Y'all should be treated the same in the sense of and afforded those freedoms to be able, like she's saying, for freedoms for our children to be able to go outside and play, not us having to stress and worry about what's going to happen to our kids. Just from them going down the street to the mall or to this, that, we stress about what our kid, what's going to happen to our, could possibly happen to our kids. And we know that that's not happening. My experience, like I tell people all the time, my experience going shopping is not the same as Becky Sue going shopping. It's not. So if we are afforded those same freedoms as everyone else, if everyone's just treated the same, we'd be good.
Yeah, and it makes it more like then we have our freedom.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's when we have our freedom.
Mm-hmm.
When I get pulled over from a cop, should I be worried about dying?
Mm-hmm.
If my husband get pulled over, my boyfriend get pulled over, my kids get pulled over, am I worried about them dying? No, because we're treated equally.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that I'm saying. Like, you try to stop them and they keep driving off and the police try to get them out and they keep driving off, that you're not going to shoot them.
Yeah.
Like you wouldn't a white person.
Yeah.
But if a black person did the same thing, you know they're going to get shot up.
That's right.
The car going to have so many bullet holes in it, it's going to be ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
So those are things that I'm saying I'd rather see. The change in how people are treated and make those things viral. Now again, like I said 20 times now, you want to give somebody free property and land, go by all means do that. I'm not here to stop you. But say I'm doing it because, and because you can't make up for what your forefathers done. You can't. There's no way you can. Just don't act like them. Just don't do what they do and see and learn. If you can't even see it, learn. Talk to somebody. Get some education on what's going on. When you see yourself behaving a certain way, like, would I do that to a white person? If I wouldn't, then I'm sure not going to do it to them. Why are you afraid of black people? Like, why, when you see white people, you feel like you need to be afraid of them? Why are you following them, the only ones you following in the store, when there's all these other white people that's stealing in from you, but you so busy paying attention to me that you're missing out that they're robbing you blind? Those are things that needs to be actually changed. That's my whole point of the conversation. Because you'll never be able to fix what your forefathers did to my parents, my great grandmother, and all. You will never be able to. There's no way. Because they already went through and they died and it's done. They already did it. But what you can do is be different. Be the ones that was helping us be free and helping us get to the railroad to get free. Helping us do the things to do so we didn't get killed. Be those people. That's a help. So when you see something going on, that you make that change. That's the change I would like to see. But you can't ever fix what you did to my great-great-grandparents. You can't ever fix what you did to it. You can't ever fix the way we traveled from Africa to here. You can't never fix that. And nor should you try, because you can't. But you can make a difference where my life is easier here. And I'm not dying over stupidity stuff and act like it's not racism. And be blind to I don't see color. That's not what it is. You do see color. I see color, and I'm not racist. I see color, so I know you see color. And that's the thing. We need to start focusing on the true things of change than just the little things. Because sometimes people do stuff just to shut you up so they can be bigger racism, and I don't agree with that, and I will never agree with that. I usually when people do stuff, it's some of a motive. Sometimes it's not, but sometimes it's a motive
behind it,
subconsciously, so you don't even know it's a motive. You be like, you know what, I can offend this, so I'm gonna do this, but that should make me look like this. And no, it's not gonna make you look like this. If your attitude is still what made us feel like that in the beginning.
That's true.
And teach your kids how to treat black people and Asians and all those people. That everybody is equal. We just all different shades of different colors, but we're all equal. We all have a different thing. And stop telling people where they need to go when you ain't got no place to go.
Man, okay. When you tell them to go back home, where you ain't home yourself.
So those things are very racist and irritating. So those are things I'm talking about. So it can sound negative, it can sound all that, but in reality, I'm spitting the truth. If you don't want me to speak the truth, don't talk to me about truth. Because I'm not sugarcoating it anymore. Because apparently you guys can't understand English when it's sugarcoated.
Yeah, that's true. Jesus, so Lydia on today. Lydia being Lydia for real today, okay?
And now I'm hungry and I don't talk to you anymore.
And maybe that's why she's so mean. She ain't nothing yet. I'm trying to get her in the holiday spirit. She's been nothing but mean. I just gave her a grumpy outfit or something today because she's grumpy. I'm kicking with my daughter tomorrow, her birthday, and she's the grumpiest child I have, I tell you. She's grumpy. So they need to be kicking it together, okay?
On her birthday. To be happy.
That's true. I'll tell you. But we do have to get going because you know what? We all diabeticals up in this joint. And we need some food.
So thank you.
Some kind of which way. We guys hope you guys have an awesome holiday. And like Lydia said, start new traditions and be with your family and loved ones. Create your own stuff. Do your own thing. And if you're doing your business, push that out too. Keep it pushing. Do what you need to do. And get somebody around you that can hold you accountable and keep you going and keep it pushing for you too. So. And then now that I know she needs to be pushed, I just don't know what button to push because she got so many. That's why she's so stressed out.
That's why I might not get the one book done because I gotta pay for it. But the rest of
those resources is gonna come. We just say we speak those already.
Yeah, and there's a
You probably speak it too.
Blake me.
I told you what the P.O. box, so y'all know y'all can send stuff. I'll give you the P.O. box, I'll tell you every time. So, you know, I ain't got no cash up that I told you, but the P.O. box I told you, so you can mail something if you need.
Cash App was just talking about.
Yep, there you go. See, she know already, see.
Okay.
So we're gonna enjoy our family, you enjoy yours. You guys have it safe.